Welcome to the Open English Podcast. Simple English conversations for beginners.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Open English Podcast. I am Sam.
And I am Lisa. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Today's topic is something every single person struggles with at some point.
Motivation.
Yes, that energy and desire to do something, to keep going, to start in the first place.
Some days you have plenty of it. You wake up ready to do everything.
And other days, it completely disappears. You know what you should do, but you just cannot make yourself do it.
Today, we want to talk about why that happens and what you can actually do about it.
Before we start, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It is completely free.
And if you are watching on YouTube, please like the video. It helps more English learners find us every week.
Okay, let us talk about motivation.
Sam, be honest with me. Do you ever struggle with motivation?
Every week.
Really? You seem so consistent. You always show up, you always prepare.
Yes, but showing up and feeling motivated are two different things. I show up even when I don't feel like it. That is not the same as being motivated.
That's an important distinction.
Very important. And I want to tell you about a specific time when my motivation completely disappeared.
Tell us.
About 3 years ago, I was learning a new skill. I won't say what it was, but it required a lot of practice, daily practice.
And you were doing well at first?
Very well at first. The first month, I was excited. I practiced every day. I could see improvement. That improvement felt wonderful.
And then?
Then the improvement slowed down. The easy progress stopped, and I hit what people call a plateau.
A plateau. That means progress stops even though you keep working.
Exactly. I was practicing the same amount, but I wasn't improving at the same rate, and that felt terrible.
Because the reward was gone.
The reward that kept me motivated disappeared, and without that reward, I had no energy to continue.
So what happened?
I stopped for 3 weeks. I told myself I was taking a break, but actually I was just avoiding the discomfort.
And how did that feel?
Worse than the plateau, because on top of not improving, I was now also not practicing, and I felt guilty every day.
The avoiding makes everything worse.
Always. And then one evening, a friend asked how the skill was going, and I had to say, I stopped.
And their reaction?
They said, "Why? You were doing so well." And I realized I had no good answer. The only honest answer was, I lost motivation, and I let that stop me completely.
And that conversation changed something?
That conversation reminded me why I started, and I went back the next day, not feeling motivated, but going back anyway.
And did the motivation return?
Slowly. After about a week of going back without feeling motivated, something shifted. A small improvement happened, and that small improvement brought a little energy back.
Progress creates motivation, not the other way around.
That is the lesson. We think we need to feel motivated before we start, but actually starting is what creates the motivation.
Action first, feeling follows.
Always.
I have a story too. Mine is about English learning specifically.
Oh, this is very relevant for our listeners.
Yes, so a few years ago, I was trying to improve my Spanish. I know that is funny because we are on an English podcast, but I was learning Spanish at the time.
And your motivation disappeared.
Completely, for a very specific reason.
What reason?
I compared myself to my friend Maria. Maria was also learning Spanish, and she was learning much faster than me.
The comparison trap.
The worst trap. Every time I saw her progress, I felt worse about my own, even though I was also improving, just more slowly.
But slower progress is still progress.
I know that now, but at the time, I just felt like I was failing. And when you feel like you are failing, motivation disappears very quickly.
So what did you do?
I made a decision. I stopped looking at Maria's progress, and I started comparing myself only to where I was 1 month before.
You changed your comparison point.
Yes, instead of comparing myself to Maria, I compared myself to last month's Lisa, and last month's Lisa knew less than this month's Lisa.
So you were always winning.
I was always winning because I was always further ahead than my past self, and that felt much better.
And your motivation came back?
slowly, and it stayed because I was not constantly feeling behind. I was constantly feeling ahead. That is a really powerful mindset shift.
It changed everything. And I think many English learners need to hear this. You are not competing with other learners. You are only competing with who you were yesterday.
If you understood slightly more today than yesterday, that is success.
That is complete success. Okay, let's talk about what motivation actually is, because I think people misunderstand it.
Yes, many people think motivation is a feeling you either have or you do not have.
Like a switch, either on or off.
But that is not how it works. Motivation is more like a fire. It needs fuel to keep burning.
And the fuel is different for different people.
Yes, some people are motivated by seeing progress. When they improve, they feel energy to continue.
Some people are motivated by a clear goal, a deadline, a trip, an exam, a job interview.
Some people are motivated by other people, a study partner, a community, someone who checks on them.
And some people are motivated by routine. They don't think about motivation, they just have a habit, and the habit runs on automatic.
That last one is probably the most reliable because feelings change every day, but habits stay.
Yes, if you make English practice a habit, you don't need to feel motivated to do it. You just do it like brushing your teeth.
Nobody feels motivated to brush their teeth. They just do it, and their teeth are fine as a result.
Let us talk about practicate strategies now, real things that help when motivation is gone.
Strategy 1. Make the task smaller.
Yes, when motivation is low, big tasks feel impossible, so make the task so small that it feels easy.
For English learners, instead of "I will study English for 1 hour today," say "I will listen to 5 minutes of English today."
5 minutes. Anyone can do 5 minutes.
And what usually happens after 5 minutes?
You continue, because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, continuing feels easier.
A 5-minute rule. It works for almost everything.
Strategy 2. Find your reason.
Yes, why are you learning English? Not a general answer, a specific, personal, real reason.
Not because English is useful. That is too general.
Specific reasons sound like this: because I want to get a job at an international company.
Or because I want to understand my favorite English series without subtitles.
Or because I want to move to another country.
Specific reasons create real motivation. General reasons fade quickly.
So write your specific reason down. Put it somewhere you see every day. Your phone screen, your desk, your mirror.
When motivation disappears, look at that reason and remember why you started.
Strategy 3. Track your progress visibly.
Yes, write down what you do every day, even a small note. Today I listened to a podcast for 15 minutes.
After 2 weeks, you have a record. You can look back and see all the days you showed up.
And that record becomes motivating on its own. You do not want to break the chain of days.
Yes, a visual record of consistency is very powerful. Your brain wants to keep the streak going.
Strategy 4. Find your community.
Yes, motivation is much easier when other people are going through the same thing.
A study partner, an online group, a comment section like ours.
When you write your progress in the comments of a video, other people see it, and it feels real. It feels public.
And public commitments are more powerful than private ones.
So write your English goals in our comments. Tell us what you're working on. Make it public.
And we'll be your community. We're here every week.
Strategy 5. Celebrate small wins.
Yes, do not wait until you're fluent to feel good about your English. Celebrate every small step.
You understood a sentence today that you didn't understand last week. That's a win.
You spoke one sentence in English without translating in your head. That's a win.
You listened to this whole podcast and understood most of it. That's a big win.
Recognize those moments. Tell yourself, I did that. I'm improving.
Because you are. Every single day that you show up, you are improving.
Even when it doesn't feel like it.
Especially when it doesn't feel like it. That's when the real growth happens.
Okay, let us talk about the language now, because talking about motivation is a common conversation topic in English.
Yes, at work, with friends, in interviews, people talk about motivation often.
Useful phrases for talking about motivation include, I find it hard to stay motivated when I do not see progress.
Or, what keeps me going is, for example, what keeps me going is remembering why I started.
Or, I lost motivation for a while, but then, for example, I lost motivation for a while, but then I made the task smaller and started again.
For talking about finding motivation again, you can say, I reminded myself of my goal. Or, I started with just 5 minutes and kept going from there.
And for encouraging someone else who has lost motivation, you can say, "You have already come so far," or "Progress is happening even when you cannot see it," or "Just start with 5 minutes today."
These phrases are warm, honest, and very useful in real conversations.
Let us do a short practice. Lisa, ask me about my motivation for learning English, and I will answer naturally.
Sam, do you ever lose motivation when learning something new?
Yes, definitely. I lost motivation completely when I hit a plateau 3 years ago. I stopped for 3 weeks and felt guilty every day. What brought me back was remembering why I started, and I made the task smaller. I told myself just 5 minutes today, and that was enough to get going again. Now I know that action comes before motivation, not after.
Perfect. Honest, natural, and full of real phrases.
Listeners, think about your own motivation for learning English. Write in the comments, "What keeps me going?" Finish that sentence in English.
We read every comment, and your words might motivate another learner who's struggling today.
Okay, our summary.
First, motivation is not a switch. It's a fire that needs fuel. Find your fuel.
Second, action creates motivation, not the other way around. Start first, the feeling follows.
Third, compare yourself only to who you were last month, not to other learners.
Fourth, make the task smaller. 5 minutes is always enough to start.
Fifth, find your specific reason for learning English. Write it down, look at it when motivation disappears.
Sixth, track your progress visibly. Celebrate every small win.
And seventh, find your community. Tell other people your goals. Make them public.
Before we go, our usual request.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Open English podcast. It's completely free.
And if you're on YouTube, please like the video and leave a comment. Tell us what keeps you motivated to learn English. We genuinely want to know.
Share this episode with a friend who's lost motivation recently. It might be exactly what they need today.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa.
Keep going, even on the days you don't feel like it, especially on those days.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.